Hey, what's up, YouTube? Guess what? It's craft time.
The zombies are coming.
That's right. I've got this oddly shaped looking pumpkin right here. It'd be good if we could make the Plants vs. Zombies squash character out of this. We're going to use some Play-Doh to kind of form the eyebrows, the lips, those kinds of things for the guy. And we're also going to use some Mod Podge. This Mod Podge is a sealer as well as a gloss, good all-around thing. And we're also going to use some acrylic paint. Lots of green paint on this guy. Some other things, a brush, like this foam brush here, some other colors that aren't shown here, and some just a little bit of creativity to get this squash guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start with the eyebrows using the Play-Doh. And as you can see here, I'm just using the Play-Doh to just kind of stick it right onto the pumpkin to form these eyebrows. So we'll be doing this for a while just to kind of form it, shape it. We'll also do the same thing for the lips, and also to we'll use some of this Play-Doh to get some of the warts, some of those bumps that you see on the squash guy. Isn't this fun? Looking good so far. And look at that. Beautiful. And so here we are, just adding some Mod Podge to the Play-Doh to seal it in and to fasten it to the pumpkin. Okay, now that the Mod Podge is dried, it's time to put on our first coat of paint. We're actually going to be using several coats of paint because it's pretty thin and the orange of the pumpkin actually shows through. So don't worry, we'll always add several coats just to make sure. So here we are adding our first coat over the Play-Doh and over the pumpkin. It's looking good. Okay, and here's what our squash looks like after a couple of coats of the light green. And as you can see, I've also mixed in some other colors to kind of get a darker green shade that is used for the warts and for the shadows under the eyes and around the creases of its mouth and things like that. So I'll show you here real quick on some of the colors that I've used. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use some of that light green again and go back and touch up some places around the edges of where I've applied some of the dark green. That's kind of the beauty of painting this, is that, you know, if you mess up or if you're not perfect, then you can always go back and touch things up later. As you can see here now, the shadows are a little bit lighter. I've also painted in the eyes. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to add some small black areas for the pupils in the eyes. It's pretty easy. Just use one corner of the brush with some black paint, and that is just about it. You could also use some of this black paint to trace around the outline of the eyes, as you can see in the little picture here in the corner, but I didn't do that. I didn't think it was really necessary, but I think it could add a nice contrast with the eyes. Oh, and one more thing, I used a black magic marker just to basically trace the mouth onto the pumpkin, and so once this is done, then it'll just be ready to apply some of that Mod Podge gloss and he'll be done. And there you have it. There's your squash pumpkin. This was a pretty easy pumpkin to decorate for Halloween, especially for anyone that likes Plants vs. Zombies. I like Plants vs. Zombies. My favorite character is Bonk Choy. I think he's pretty hilarious. Who's your favorite Plants vs. Zombies character? Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know who your favorite Plants vs. Zombie character is. Thanks for watching.